your screens. We've got first rates. What do we have? 0.75% lower. So exactly at the support levels, 22,640 or so is where the Nifty is starting at. The Nifty Bank is down 0.6%, 48,677. So hopefully this 22,620-ish kind of levels market holds, but this is just the start. We got the Nifty Bank, which is down to 48,650. Sensex is down 0.6, 74,896. And look at the advanced decline. Early, but 2:1 in favor of declines. And oh boy, just one spot of green on the Nifty 50 heat map. Everything else is down in the red. It's a 140-point lower start. And I'm assuming most sectors are starting in the red as well. So 140 and 400 in the Nifty and the Sensex, respectively, to begin the day. Surabhi.
That spot of green, actually the two spots now, is M&M reacting to some of these broker notes, and Dr. Reddy's is seeing some buying. Reddy's is up about 1%. That's it. And the Nifty green ends right there. Talk about the big losers in ONGC is down about 2%, HCL Tech, BEL, Trent. It's across the board, at least for the time being. Wipro, Power Grid, Hindalco, doesn't matter. Banks are down, tech is down, consumer is down. I'm just taking some names. HDFC Bank, Infosys, the big boys, TCS, all of them lower between 1%, 1.5%. Reliance is down about 0.5%. Consumer names like Titan also not quite working this morning. L&T is on the lower side. So basically everything is down. Relatively speaking, consumer stock staples, that is, are not falling as much. ITC, Lever and Nestle are very close to the flat line. Let's see if they start breaking into the positive territory. But the bigger problem for the market is, of course, the mid-cap index. Remember, even Friday undid some of the good work of the previous trading session because the mid-cap fall had resumed on Friday itself. Again, this morning, the mid-cap index is falling a little more than the Nifty.
Well, that's right, Surabhi. And just to highlight a few stocks that are actually outperforming, Manappuram, there's an optimism on a potential deal. Now, unconfirmed reports are suggesting that there could be a deal in the works with Bain Capital. We don't have a confirmation on that. But that stock, that's the reason why it's opened up with a gain of close to 3%. Relicare, we saw that deal take place where Burmans are now in control of the company. The stock had a big run in Friday's trading session, but it's cooled off today and the volumes are rather high as well. Remember, in Friday, towards the end of trade, I think the stock was up 16-17%. So that's cooled off a little bit. Interglobe Aviation is doing a relative outperformance, up close to 0.5%. City Note as well. And also we have traffic on ground that's fairly good. So that stock is doing pretty well in today's trading session. You have a couple of other stocks that have come in for profit taking. Macrotech Developers, that's down 2.5%. The metals pack is seeing some kind of profit taking. There was a hope, of getting into this weekend, we could hear something with regard to the duties. Well, it could be very well due. But for the time being, we didn't hear anything, at least over the weekend. There was some buzz that maybe we'll hear something about that. So metals pack cooling off after the outperformance that we saw in the past week itself. First Source, that's another stock that's opened up a little bit lower. So all in all, we are down close to around 160 points. The Nifty at least has defended the 22,600 odd mark. There is that temptation to buy into the Nifty because of recency bias, where you've seen that you go to 22,700 and we have bounced off there. So let's see how that goes. That's going to be important. And just look at the breadth of the market. Currently, only 320 stocks are advancing. You'll want that ratio to gradually improve to say 600-700 odd. That's what will make portfolios feel better. But for the time being, the bears appear they are in control.
Okay, well, 150 lower on the Nifty is what you have. And it's, again, too early. But for what it's worth, 1,900 stocks are down and about 300 stocks are higher. So broader markets are starting with a fair bit of pressure this morning. NTPC Green is the biggest volume-led loser. And then there is Zensar Tech at number 2 spot. It's followed by Zentech, which is about 4% lower. PCBL and Kim's and Wockhardt Pharma are some of the others which are starting down as well today. So these are the movers this morning. Manappuram is the biggest volume-led gainer. 2% on Manappuram, 205 or so is where that is trading at right now. I can't spot anything which is, there's Railtel and something called an Indotech, which is up 5%. It's got some volumes as well. Indigo is starting about 0.5% higher. The brokerage sort of, boosts are also not really showing up in any significant, meaningful way, at least not at the word go. So that's the picture. Let's